สวัสดีครับ
ผมชื่อเอรอนมาจากอเมริกา
ผมชื่อไซมอนนะครับมาจากอังกฤษ and today we're going to talk about British English, which is the best, versus American English, and we're going to talk about the different words and the differences between British English and American English, because everybody knows if you want to learn English, it has to be British English, right?
No. Leave your comments below.
Yeah, let us know which you like more, American English or British English, but I know which one will win. And if you are actually interested in learning American English, don't know why, but if you do want to, then Aaron is actually a teacher on iTalki, so we'll link to it in the description below this video. So if you want to learn American English or British English, which is probably better anyway, you can find British teachers on there, American teachers, Australian, Canadian teachers. So yeah, best place to learn English, so definitely check the link out in the description. Okay, so this is easy. It's a jumper, obviously.
We would call that a sweatshirt. Unless it has a hood, then we would call it a hoodie.
Which I personally think is quite a disgusting name. Let's wear something that we sweat in. Disgusting. It's a jumper. Could you jump in it, see?
Why do you jump in it?
You don't. Just kidding.
I thought you were serious too. I was like, is that why they call it that?
No, I don't know why it's called a jumper.
We would call these cookies.
We would call these biscuits, and they're great for dipping in tea. These are chips.
These are definitely not chips. These are French fries.
They don't come from France, though. Okay.
They could be. How do you know? Maybe they were.
Oh. Because what I will say is, like, for English people, French fries are a type of chips. Like when you go to McDonald's, you get the skinny French fries, but the chips would normally be like a little bit bigger and a bit thicker.
I think we have different types of fries, but we'll call them shoestring French fries. Would be like McDonald's.
Curly fries.
Yeah, curly fries. Crinkle cut fries would be like the ones with the ridges.
And when we say chips, we're talking about this. What does chips mean to you?
Potato chips, like Lay's potato chips or something like that.
See, for them we would call them crisps because they're crispy. Makes sense to me. Okay, so this is rubbish.
Garbage. I've heard people in America say rubbish though, but it's not very common. Garbage or trash.
And the other words that would probably be different between us is, so we have rubbish, and the place we take the rubbish would be like a rubbish dump. And the place we put the rubbish in the house would be like a rubbish bin.
Yeah, we call the bin, we would call a garbage can or trash can. And the dump is the same though. We would say dump. Some people, the technical term would be refuse dump or something like that, but dump would be still pretty common.
We sometimes call it rubbish tip as well.
Films. Or no, because you said cut. So this would be for movies, and we would watch movies at a movie theater.
See, for us, it would be films. I'm going to watch a film at the cinema.
Actually, a lot of ours, they're called cinemas, right? Like it'll be like
right.
Cinema 7 or Cinema 5.
But I will be honest, a lot of people in the UK are starting to say movies. Just because we see the American movies all the time. This one we would call a bonnet. So this guy is lifting up the bonnet, opening the bonnet to see the engine of the car.
We would call that a hood. You lift up the hood, see what's underneath. Yeah, kind of like a hood.
That's what I think, yeah, lifting up the hood, putting the hoodie on, lifting up your hood.
Actually, that kind of makes sense. But bonnet, I think of bonnet like...
That's true, actually.
You know, like a hat.
Actually, it's quite simple. I never thought about it that way. Yeah.
But hood is a more masculine bonnet, though, I guess.
No comment.
So yeah, autumn or fall. And yeah, it's one of my favorite times of the year actually in America. All the different colors. But.
True, it is a beautiful time of year. In Britain, we would definitely call this autumn. We've got spring, summer, autumn and winter, and I agree, like autumn is one of the most beautiful times of the year, just because you've got all the reds, the yellows and the oranges. It's just a really nice time.
But what's the weather like in autumn?
It's usually, well, where I'm from, it's It can be cold, but a lot of times it can be pretty warm too. So, I don't know, 20 to 25 degrees Celsius, like, I don't know, 60, 70 degrees Fahrenheit.
In England, it would be like the golden month. So it's starting to get cold, but it's still quite warm. I don't know the temperature, maybe 18, 20, 22. Or 22 is quite high. But yeah, it's just a nice golden month. It's nice.
This is a car trunk.
A trunk, like an elephant trunk. Right. Well,
as opposed to the elephants
I was
wearing
going to
boots.
say the English word for this isn't much better. Don't ask me why, but for some reason we call it a boot. It's a car boot. And another thing we have is if you go to England, maybe on a Saturday or a Sunday, you can go to a car boot sale, and they're not selling boots for cars. It's a car boot where everyone parks their car and opens up the boot and then just sells all the second-hand stuff that they don't want.
We have something similar to that. We call it either a swap meet or I know there's another word for it. I can't think.
Do you have garage sales?
Well, we do garage sales, yard sales,
Tabletop jumble sales, tabletop.
rummage sales are usually like at a church or something like that. But yeah, garage sales would be in your garage. Yard sale would be in your yard.
All right, so we call these trainers. What do you call them?
Trainers. We call them sneakers or tennis shoes, running shoes if they're for running.
See, let's be honest. Can we be honest for a second? Right, just you and me. Trainers is a much better word for these, and it makes more sense because you train in them. They're for sports. You don't sneakers. You don't go like sneaking around, robbing people's houses.
They do sometimes. They do sometimes.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what they do in America.
yeah.
But yeah, trainers makes more sense to me anyway. Admit
I would
it.
say, yeah, probably.
Yes.
Zebra.
Zebra. I would say like VWXYZ, and you would say
XYZ.
This one is the lion, the witch, and the wardrobe. This is a wardrobe.
Yeah, I would say I would agree with this. A wardrobe would be a piece of furniture. If it's built into the wall, we call it a closet.
Right.
So if it's built into the wall, closet. If not, you'd say wardrobe or armoire, something like that.
Armoire?
Yeah, I think that's a French word, but we have that pretty common as well too.
And you have walk-in closets, don't you?
Yeah, walk-in closets are very normal now, where they're the size of a bedroom, right?
Oh, yeah.
They're just, it's amazing. I don't know why anybody would need that many clothes, but pacifier or a Nook. Sometimes people say Nook.
Dummies. So, gonna give the baby a dummy to stop the baby from crying. Give them a dummy.
How many times did your mom hand you over? Sorry.
No, you don't. So this is very clearly a shopping trolley.
Shopping cart. However, I lived in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, before I came to Thailand, and there they have their own little language, and they would actually call this a buggy. They have some strange. They will say vacuum cleaner would be sweeper. Rubber bands they would call gum bands. Just they have strange different things, but depends where you live.
Pram or buggy?
We would say stroller. Which that's definitely better. You're taking a stroll.
I was thinking that. I was like, well, that does kind of make sense, to be fair. So I'll let you have that one.
I guess canned goods, right?
A can.
Yeah.
So we sometimes we call these cans like a can of beans, but most often we call them tins. So it's a tin of beans, a tin of carrots. But you can say can as well.
So in America, if we say tin, it's something shallow, like thin, like maybe with a lid that you might maybe put earrings in or something like that, or some change. People will put change in a tin.
Okay, trousers.
They're pants. Pants or slacks or jeans. if depending what type of material.
Jeans, right? Yeah, because there's different types of trousers. So jeans are jeans, but a lot of times I've been around even Canadians or Americans, and they've been like, "Oh, do you like my pants?" And it always shocks me at first because I'm thinking, for UK people, pants is underwear, right? It's short for underpants, which I can see when you say underpants, it means you wear them under the pants. So I can see the contradiction. So
you admit that they go under pants. They're not called under trousers.
I guess.
Underwear.
Yeah, so underwear. So, but I think in the UK we have more names for stuff. So, as I say, if they're for boys, I don't know if these are boys or girls. Oh well. But boys, they wear underpants, or briefs, or boxers, right? Different types of underwear.
Or now you can wear whatever you want.
Just be who you anyway. But for girls, we would call these knickers. Yeah, we call them knickers.
Diapers.
Nappies.
Actually, I've heard nappies in America a few times, but not too often.
But of course, in Thailand, they call them Pampers because that is the biggest brand.
Which is funny because I never see Pampers when I go to the store here.
Oh, really?
No. I see Love, Baby Love, I mean, all these Japanese brands. And
maybe Pampers was like the first brand of nappies or diapers to
it
come.
might have been. Yeah. I would say they're probably the most popular in America.
Oh, definitely in the UK too.
M&Ms. Or candy.
Yeah. Like we would call what you call candy, we call sweets. And so when I was a little, we'd go to the sweet shop, right, to buy some. We're gonna get some sweets from the sweet shop.
When we say sweets, we mean anything. It could be cookies, could be
like
pie, any kind of dessert, candy, ice cream, even really. People will say sweets, like I'm cutting out sweets out of my diet, right? That would mean anything with sugar. I don't want to eat.
But you would call a sweet shop a candy store.
Yeah, candy store typically. Yeah.
So for us, this is a cooker, where you have the oven underneath and you have the hobs at the top.
We call it a stove, or stove top. But yeah. And we call the individual units a burner. The first time I heard hobs, this is kind of silly, but it was only like 10 years ago, and I was like, what the hell's a hob? My mom said it. My mom says stuff all the time. She's like...
Because your mom's got British blood in her, hasn't she?
Yes. Yeah. Other than that, she's perfect.
No one's perfect. Okay, so this is a petrol station where you put petrol in your car.
It's a gas station where you put gasoline in your car.
You see, now this is, I know I've won this one. Because you can't call it a gas when it's a liquid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair, I suppose. Yeah. But it does evaporate into a gas, though.
Whatever. So in the UK we call this, in British English, a torch, which goes back to like the olden days before we had electric, when you just had the fire, right? You'd light the torch. You see on the old films, they're running around the castles with the torches.
Yeah, we call it a flashlight.
Even though it doesn't flash, it just stays on.
No, they do flash. All you have to do is move your thumb. Or,
Why do you want to do that?
Or they have a strobe feature on most of them. Yes.
If you want, I guess.
In case you're lost somewhere and somebody needs to find you.
Oh, you can do the what's it called? SOS signal.
SOS, yeah.
Morse code.
Morse code. Mailbox.
Yeah, so this is interesting because we don't have these in the UK. We don't have boxes in front of the house. What we do have is on the front door of the house, we have a little slit.
Yeah.
We call that a letterbox, and you put your post and your letters in the letterbox.
Yeah, we have those in America too. So it depends on where you are. And if you live in an apartment building, usually they have a huge bank of these, and each one, they'll have like 100 of them, and the mailman just goes there and just to one spot drops off all the letters for everybody. But you do have those on houses at home too.
And then you got a mailbox?
Like a mail slot. Yeah.
And what would you call the things where you post the letters?
Post office. Like,
you go into the post office, but
yeah.
do you have boxes outside?
Oh, it's a mailbox too.
Mailbox.
Yeah.
So we would call that a post box. You know, the typical British red post boxes.
Yeah, yeah. Ours are all blue for the most part. I think some areas will change the colors of them, but I would say 90% of them you'd see in America would be blue.
Well, in the UK, it has to be red. Red post boxes, red telephone boxes, red buses, everything's red.
They still have telephone boxes.
Not very much now.
Yeah,
no.
America either.
People don't use them.
Yeah.
Unless you're on a night out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is an elevator.
In England, we call this a lift. And in Thailand, you say, Jakin lift, right? We use the same English word, lift. Because it lifts you up.
Or elevates you, either way.
Or takes you down. Or de-elevates.
Yeah. What about the stairs, like the escalators?
The escalators are escalators.
You call okay.
Obviously.
Okay.
Escalators are escalators.
This is going to escalate quickly.
Okay, so we would call this a path or a pavement.
Sidewalk. And almost every street in America will have a sidewalk on both sides. And they're usually very wide. And they're very strict. You can't ride bikes. You can't ride skateboards, things like that. You will actually get fined if you do. Which is very different from Bangkok. I just saw 10 motorcycles on the sidewalk on the way to your house today. So let us know what you think. Which one do you like better? English, American style, or the British? And let us know, leave your comments below.
Yeah, come on, the British side, don't let us down. Vote
USA, USA, USA.
And of course, don't forget, you can find Aaron on iTalki if you want to learn American English from him, or if you want to learn English from any other teachers. There's hundreds of teachers to choose from. Click the link below in the description to iTalki to book your trial lesson now. Alright guys, thanks for watching the video. See you soon. Bye bye.